All right, Shalom. With a brother from the gym, That's New Orleans, coming back at you with another quick lesson. Prior to getting started, as we always do, we like to give infinite honors and prayers to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakagodash.
The honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Akams that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the hopeful elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And man, a brother wanted to get in a lesson today, pretty much centered around the standard for it's good, okay. Good. The standard for occupying the throne. Okay, there's a standard which the Lord have set in heaven, which shall be the same standard that will be on earth. Okay, because men, we don't take judgment lightly. Okay, judgment is a godly thing, and making judgment is godly in itself. That's why the Lord is going to put us in the image of gods to judge, right? That's why we have to get changed. We have to be altered, because right now, if the Lord would give us power now, we would squander it, right? It'll be what? It'll be like a Hancock, different, we'll just have those, we'll have that, the power and being an image of or the form of our Lord, but it would be for none avail, okay? It would be useless, okay? You want to say something?
Yeah, what is the saying? The Lord's Prayer, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And in heaven, everything's in perfect order, in perfect power. Just to back up what you were saying.
Yeah. So it's complete.
Kind.
It's incomplete. Like the courts of the Lord is complete, from his armies to his angels, the spirits. Everything is complete, which in judgment, you have to be perfect in judgment. It can't be shallow. It can't be a silhouette of judgment. It can't be a shadow of judgment. All right, it have to be the complete judgment with the light of the scriptures on it. All right, because all judgment come by way of righteousness from righteous judges. That's why we have to be totally righteous to judge. Okay, because the Lord have allowed us to bear that wicked indignation of Adam. Okay, to get what? Those both sides. Get that. Matter of fact, to get that in Genesis, where it say that you shall eat of the fruit of the tree of life. All right, which is good and evil. If you could get that, and then we'll start off with that Zechariah.
Yeah.
All right, because it's not gonna be no what Jake believe he gonna just be judging and ruling. All right, we gonna be judging and ruling in the spirit and the power of the Lord. You got it?
Come
on, go ahead. It gotta be where it says discerning both good and evil.
It was when the serpent was talking to Eve.
Nah, I say you shall. It can be that one. Okay. Just get one that
Genesis 3 verse. I'll just get the point in verse 5. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
With your eyes represents what? Your spirit or your heart. All right, because or your la'ab, right, which rests all the things in making decisions, okay, really as gods, which in a sense, the day we actually learn good and evil, we shall be as gods, right? Because our Lord that judge in heaven, he said the deceive and the deceiver is his. He's what? Lord over evil and good. But in order to judge, you got to know the balance of everything. Everything is a balance. Go ahead, you want to say something?
Hey, to be able to be to show no respecter of persons.
That's right.
You're looking at the matter you're judging from all angles, so you can make the best and correct judgment on it. And as it says in Zechariah, what? The house of David shall be as God. So what, we're going to be perfect. Perfect in judgment, perfect in mind, perfect in the order of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Hence, why the 144,000, Abaratazah word that number, what are going to sit on those 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right. And when you go into etymology, and that's why I named the lesson, the standard for occupying the set thrones. Like you say, we're going to sit, which when you go in that word set in the Middle East, it says cause to sit. All right. When you see the judge sitting in the court, everything rests on what? The judge's decision. Right. So as being judges, all the decisions going to rest in our hands. So we have nations before us, especially our nation, and we're going to be we're gonna be the standard for righteousness. So everything that does, every judgment that come down the pipe is gonna be according to righteousness, man. All right, it ain't gonna be to our own feelings, our opinions. It's gonna be only a standard of righteousness. It says, cause to put, place, or seek to fix. Okay, it says appoint for some affair or transaction, which we gonna cause things to be appointed, whether it be for what? Debt, whether it be for life, whatever those judgments are, they're gonna all be the right judgment. We're not gonna make any shady judgments, because Esau right now, the wicked is ruling, and they have amendments, they have all kind of faulty judgments, man. You see that?
Well, yeah, even on this side with the apostles, what did Yahushua tell them? I'm gonna give you the power to retain things and release things.
Yep.
So how much more once we, we fully under the new covenant with those new spiritual bodies and those minds, to where there's no way we can go off. We're going to be in perfect judgment and and peace of mind. And you're talking about that word set. They got a saying called "this is set in stone."
Set in stone,
meaning that's what it is, and that's what it's going to be. That's going to be the judgment and the decree that goes out, and nothing can be amended to add to it or take away from it.
And that word "set" in the online etymology says regulate or adjust by standard. So there's a standard. If there's a standard with us now, as we rehearsing the righteous acts, how much more when the righteous acts are in us? It's going to be a heavenly standard. All right. So having that standard automatically order us to be kings, right? What it says, a prudent king order it right, or something like that. A prudent, I get it. And then we could get that Zechariah. I'm gonna get that. It says a prudent order it right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sirach 10:1. Sirach 10:1. Sirach. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got it. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Go ahead, you can speak on it.
Hey, as it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and wisdom, and order the kingdom of right. And we know that through these scriptures, this is the true wisdom. This is the only correct way for a person to live their life by, which we can clearly see by living in an unwise kingdom under an unwise king. The whole earth is at a course and on the verge of destruction. And the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Everything working in its natural role that it's meant to be placed in. And if anything goes out of line with that, what? Judgment is going to come immediately. It says in Zechariah 14 that in the kingdom, when the 144,000 are on those thrones ruling, if the heathens don't want to play ball and follow the laws, we're going to send plagues and curses and judgments on them.
Right.
Because we're going to know exactly what they're doing wrong and what they should be doing. And we're going to have the foresight and the power to enact those judgments.
Hey, and in the kingdom of heaven, judgment is what we're going to actually labor in. We're going to labor in that, man. All right. Because Jake, you want to get to the kingdom and be like, hey, man, I'm going to do this and do that. Nah, we're going to labor in judgment. All right. We're going to basically we're going to be working that judgment, man. Beat times early. All right. A righteous labor. And you got Labor Day here. Like, nah, judges are laboring to make the right people lives are dependent upon things, man. Hey, that's a great labor. That's a great work. When the Lord worked, does he say, I have made them perfect as in a great labor? With that Sirach 9 or whatever. I have made them with great labor have I made them. So as with great labor, we're gonna be judges. That's Sirach 9 and 20 something. As I kept it. I mean, it's I'm gonna get it.
But hey,
with great labor have I made them.
In the key, just to back up what you were saying, Jake, of course, Jake's gonna, be at peace in the kingdom, but for the judges and the rulers, it ain't just gonna be sitting around drinking and popping women all day. They're actually gonna have to be
second Esdras 9.
Second Esdras 9.
My bad.
Jake gonna the judges, the kings, the 144,000 are gonna be like the elites of this world are, sitting in judgment, coming up with orders and commandments and ways of life to, you know, govern the entire planet so everything runs in order.
That's right.
What is it saying in Revelation chapter 2, verse 25? I'll give you a rod of iron. That's a authority. That's a symbol of authority and rulership. Yeah. You're not just going to be sitting around doing nothing. You're going to be actually instituting orders.
Righteous judgments. Right. We're going to be cracking people. That's the judgment. We're going to do judgment with a righteous labor. Because we're going to be always on the job to judge. So technically, if you're always on a job to judge, you're laboring, but it's for righteousness' sake. We're not going to be working our muscles like that. It's going to be what? Our la'ab. That's going to be laboring and working in judgment, man. Even though we're going to have the judgments to make, we're going to know all the right rulings according to our spirit and heart. It's still going to be a righteous labor, man. Go ahead.
He said we're going to judge angels.
We're going to judge angels.
The orders to the angels.
That's a label for the king or the judge, man. Right? You read that?
I got it for you.
Go ahead.
2nd Esdras 9 and 22. Shit, I'll start at 21. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and the plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant. For with great labor have I made it perfect. Hey, that grape, that cluster is the elect.
That's right.
Especially the 144,000 in the elect, which is immediately underneath Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Those first spirits created. And what? Those first spirits that were created back then, what created everything we see now. Mm-hmm. So they're the ones that had the perfect judgment and mindset to be able to rule over it again once they come back into their perfection. And right now in this trying and refining process, you know, the wrong judgments, the wrong wisdom of this world is being cleansed out of us, and we're being filled with this new righteous wisdom, this new judgment. So once we finally, you know, hey, are put in that position of authority, like we were going into at the beginning, we've known the bad, now we're going to know the good. So we're going to be perfect judges. Yep. And our word is going to stand, because nobody's going to be able to say anything against our judgments. Like with King Solomon, when he enacted those judgments, they're like, that was a wise judgment that he did, because it got straight to the meat of the matter. Right. It showed who was right in the situation and who was wrong. And it was done without emotion. It was done without respecters of persons. It was straight and to the point.
That's it. And that's the heart of the spirit of judgment, which again, the judgment we're going to be making in the kingdom of heaven outside of immortality going to be the greatest thing, right? Because a nation so great with laws, statutes, and commandments, when they make those judgments, even the heathens, our servants going to love it, man. Because we're going to be making the right judgments, man, all the time, every time. Go ahead.
The heathens follow Jake now in his wickedness.
Yeah.
So much more in his righteousness.
Give me that Zechariah. That makes some ground on some of these precepts.
This is Zechariah chapter 3, verse 7. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways.
Start at 4.
This is Zechariah 3, verse 4.
And you start at 3. You start at 3.
Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments, and stood before the angel.
Right.
And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with change of raiment.
Now give me Baruch 5. All right. So now what's happening? We're going to take off the filthy garments. You see how the judges go in the back there, they regular clothes on, then they put their black robe on with the gavel. All right. Well, we're going to take off the filthy garments, all right, and put on the clean raiments, right? Now, with those clean raiments on and those rod of irons as our gavels, all right, we're going to start being the judges of the earth, of the nations, all right, of everything, all right? So we're putting off, these are the filthy garments right now, all right? We're putting those off to put on those clean garments, okay? Again, we're going to be laboring in judgment. Okay. Usually when you put your uniform on, what it's time to do?
Go to work.
It's time to go to work. All right. And we're gonna have on those garments, those double garments. It's gonna read in Baruch 5. Go ahead.
And what, like when the judge gets off work, he goes back into his civilian life and stuff. But we're gonna be constantly judges.
Yep.
Like double garments. You take the one garment off, you still got the work on.
Yeah. Which basically is synonymous with you never gonna take your garment off. Right? Jay don't really physically. You look at it like, why have a double garment on when the first one is glorious? Why hide glory under glory? So basically, you can liken that into what? His garment gonna be on even when he take it off. So righteous judgment gonna always be on, whether he got his garment on or off. Okay, which we're gonna keep our garments. Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 5. You want me to get straight to the point, or
might start at 1. Yeah, because we spoke about putting the garments on and all. You can start at 1. This is just speed to it.
This is Baruch 5 and 1. Put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of thy mourning and affliction, and put on the comeliness of the glory that cometh from the Most High forever.
Because the judge don't have if you truly judging the earth and you don't have a weak mind that's musing on many things, you're not mourning. The judges said they be on the stand, they be sick, some of them be having COVID, and they still gotta come judge. We're gonna be upright. All right, we're not gonna be sickly, right? We ain't gonna have a depressed mind. Some of those judges be on their menstrual cycles. The women, right, making a judgment to
begin with. Like,
you got a tampon on, making a judgment for a man, give him life in court because she cramping, right? It ain't gonna be like that in the kingdom of heaven, man. And I've been using those analogies because this is a perverse, all right, judgment. This is a judgment of decadence here, man. Pretty much, man. You know, go ahead, brother.
And put on the comeliness of the glory that cometh from the Most High forever. Verse 2, cast about thee a double garment of the righteousness which cometh from the Most High, and set a diadem on thine head of the glory of the everlasting.
Go ahead. That's putting the meat, which that's gonna say it in Zechariah 3 and 5 when you get back. Go ahead.
For the Most High will shew thy brightness unto every country under heaven. For thy name shall be.
And what is that brightness going to be? All right, that light that goeth forth to all the nations, that's going to be by way of judgment, man. All right, our rulership, the things, the law is light, right? It's like a lamp unto our feet, a light unto our path.
Because he had what? The wisdom.
Yeah, the light shone in Moses' face, man. Wisdom caused a man's face to shine, right? It says in Job that the moon walketh under the I'm gonna get it. Go ahead.
But as I said, for the Most High will shew thy brightness unto every country under heaven. And we can go back to that Deuteronomy.
Go ahead, make your point.
That Deuteronomy where it says, "Hey, when the nations see you walking in the law, statutes, and commandments, and the wisdom, they shall say, what great nation is this with a power as great as this?" Because what? We're going to be shining as a whole nation, you know, full of that wisdom, and with the judges enacting that judgment, that righteous judgment, and they're going to see, you know, the fruits of that, everything just being working in order and being in paradise. Like you were saying, they're not going to want to go off. They're actually going to reverence us because they got no reason to go off. They're going to be at peace.
We're going to be their night. We're going to be their light and their night, the moon and the sun to them. We're going to be that to the nations, man. Even though we're ruling over them, we're still going to be their what? They're rising and they're going down. Meaning what? They're going to be looking for us to be what? To guide them in every way possible. Now, yes, they're going to rebel, all right? But we're still going to be their everything, right? But again, they're not going to be connected to us like that. But they're going to still look for us to guide and lead them, man. Because we're going to rule righteously. This is Job 31 and 25. 26. If I beheld the sun when it shine, or the moon walking in its brightness. Now read that light again, which is talking about that wisdom and knowledge, which is going to be unto the nation, is going to be a great sight in the nation of the people. As it says in what? Deuteronomy, man. 4 and what? 6 or something like that. Yo, go ahead.
For the Most High will shew thy brightness unto every country under heaven. For thy name shall be called of the Most High forever. The peace of righteousness and the glory of the Most High's worship.
Which Yahweh, it starts with what? Yahweh Shai. He's the what? Malak Tazadak, which is the king of peace or king of righteousness, right? So under him, we're gonna follow we're gonna be guided by the light of Yahweh Shai, King David, and 144,000 elect men on the set thrones of David, all right? Guided with that same light, man. Calling on the names Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, from glory unto glory. And that's what we're going to do, get changed from glory unto glory. All right? Go ahead, brother.
You want to go back to that Zechariah?
You should stop at 5.
5?
Yeah.
Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, And behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east.
Yeah, and the children being gathered from the west gonna be what? Chiefly what? The elect. All right, brought back to the east, which is gonna be the hub of where what? Wisdom and righteousness is gonna come out of right now. Because right now you got those gutter rats occupying the land, man. Those Palestinians and all those different wicked nations fighting, you know, whatever. Just being diverse, man. You know, but go ahead, brother.
And behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High.
That's it. Rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High. Going into Malachi, where it says, you shall know those that discern what? Good from evil, good from evil, man. I'll get it. Go back to that Zechariah 3.
This is Zechariah 3.
I think it was at 5, right?
I'll reread verse 4.
Yeah.
And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him.
Let me bring this out. Okay. This is Malachi 3:18. Then shall you return, all right, and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth our power and him that serveth him not. But go ahead, brother.
And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with change of raiment.
Those double garment of righteousness, like Baruch said. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And I said, let them set a fair mitre upon his head.
Right. That liken unto that crown, man. You see that? That's that diadem that Baruch was speaking about in 5 that you spoke about. Go ahead.
So they set a fair mitre upon his head and clothed him with garments. And the angel of Yahweh stood by. And the angel of Yahweh protested unto Joshua, saying, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house.
So these are the judges of the Lord's house. They got to walk in the ways of the Lord, all right? And they got to keep the charge of the Lord. What's the charge? The commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments. These are the only way you be a judge. Only the judges know that they're going to be judges in the kingdom of heaven. You got to even think about that. Only the elect men know they're going to be judges in the kingdom of heaven. Other men who ain't judges, they have no idea, man. They don't have any idea right now. Go ahead.
Was it saying, Sirach, hey, if you're in that mindset, what you're going to be in king's courts judging, but those that are given to labor only concern themselves with, you know, being a blacksmith, a laborer, a worker.
Yeah. For the mind of workers is working. The mind of judges is well ordered. They thinking of judging, just like us and our, you know, Adawan Ratazah, we those men, and you men doesn't like mine. Brothers on the comment, boy, shalom to you, brothers. Thumb to you, brothers. By the way, you know, because this is the whole goal, to labor for, we laboring for judgment. We're not too much concerned with women, and that comes with judging, being a judge, man. That comes with being a king.
Yeah, that might be what, you know, you'll think about when you first come in, but as you grow in the truth, the more you think about is ordering the world aright.
You level up.
Seeing things and thinking about, like you were saying, the 144,000's minds are going to be on judging.
Yeah.
And just as, you know, a regular citizen of Israel's mind is going to be on a regular citizen's mind.
A judge mind is on government. What? Right? Making sure the minds of the people is what? Is embedded in righteousness. Because you're gonna have to you're gonna have to wear that beard. You ain't gonna be able to commit adultery and, you know, listen, a king mind, all right, is established on government, man. All right. They're controlling the minds of the people to make sure they do right. You see that? Even if it's a wicked nation, we still gonna make them do right. You see, because why? We're a righteous nation. They know they're doing wrong. All right. And the Lord ain't gonna tolerate no wrongdoing in the kingdom of heaven. Nothing gets by. Nothing don't get the gavel on it. All right. The king scattereth the will over wicked. Matter of fact, we get that. When you finish this out, go ahead. You got it.
This is funny with the points you've been making. Me and the brother Amawad were having a conversation the other week talking about just being on the job. Naturally, your mind's gonna be like, oh, I could do this better. Like, yeah, I can do this better than anybody else on this job. Like, just put me in this position and I'm gonna just do the job better. What? You're already on that mindset of being a judge and then being in that rulership position because you think and you see, oh, if we run it the way I want it to run, there wouldn't be all this loss and you know, all this, just the company would be working this much better. So as the brother was saying, at 144,000, Abaratazah, hey, we're that number, and you know, the hopeful 144,000 elect watching the video are that number right now. In every aspect of your life, you're thinking, how could I do this better? How could I make this situation more beneficial and more what's that word, more efficient? Yeah. How can I make things more efficient out here?
Yeah. Hey, even thinking is a labor. Though yeah, you're not working a physical muscle, we still labor and thinking on how to put lessons through, how to, you know, bring out the word and rightly divide the word, right? We look into words, we're looking at Greek, different things like that. It's all laboring, man. All right. So yes, Jake, you're gonna do some labor in the kingdom of heaven, but we're gonna be in our rest is gonna be allowed it, but it's gonna be a righteous labor. A righteous labor, you ain't sweating and watching and doing all that like you're thinking. All right, we're gonna be great judges. But go ahead, brother.
The one you want, I know it's in Proverbs.
It's Proverbs 20 and 8. You could get 8 and 26.
This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 20.
It's 20.
Oh, 20
and 8.
20 and 8.
And then get 20 and 26. The one that I wanted is in 20 and 26 though.
It's Proverbs 20, verse 8. A king that sitteth in the throne of judgment scattereth away all evil with his eyes.
Right. And that don't mean he's looking at evil and is going away. All right. That's using his heart to make sure no evil is being committed or done, like Solomon did. When he put the baby in a way to cut the baby in half, right? He scattered all the evil with the woman that caused evil to try to take the child that wasn't hers. That's what he did. He used his heart to scatter that evil away, right? And then he found out what? The righteous judgment in it, man. Because once you scatter evil or you put some over evil, the only righteousness lies within. That's it. The only thing can come out of that, the result of that is righteous. Go ahead.
Verse 26. A wise king scattereth the wicked and bringeth the wheel over them.
Now get that in another yeah. Yep. They got a little more than Zechariah 3:2 and 7 when it goes into the part with the courts. I want to see what it says in another what you call this login. So 20 and 8. You got something else?
This is Proverbs 20 and 26. Yeah. I'll read the NLT. A wise king scatters the wicked like wheat, then runs his threshing wheel over them.
That's what he said.
And then in the contemporary, it says a wise ruler severely punishes every criminal.
Hey, you hear that? Say that again.
Oh, and the good news is good too.
Yeah.
This is the contemporary English version. A wise ruler severely punishes every criminal.
And when you go on a criminal mean what? Slave too. That means a slave. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. Go ahead, Art.
And this is the good news translation. A wise king will find out who is doing wrong and will punish him without pity.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll read one more. The International Standard Version. A wise king sifts the wicked, crushing them with the threshing wheel. Hey, and in order to do that, and you know, bring out those right judgments, what you got to have the right wisdom and judgment and prudence within you to be able to, you know, judge the matter correctly. So when you bring out that harsh judgment without pity, hey, it's completely justified.
That's it.
And there's gonna be no wrong judgments or wrong callings. And you know, on this side, a guy gets convicted of murder or rape, and it's not even him. And 50 years later, they find out that it wasn't even him, and then they give him $200,000 in restitution in a pencil, and that's it.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I think slave is criminal. Damn, I can't find it right now. It's lucky. I'll find it. But Because once you become a criminal, they could what? Take all your rights away as a person, which technically make you your bondman now, right? Which a bondman is a slave. All right, same thing. So it says the king severely punished criminals. You got off it? It's all good.
I can get it again.
It's all good. Get that. Just get that Zechariah 3 and end up those last two verses that's in it. I mean the last 2 lines in that verse.
Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts, and I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by.
Yeah. And he say, we're going to keep his courts. All right. Now, in order to keep a court, you got a judge is what? The ruler in the court, right? He got the last say. He got the last everything.
The verdict.
He the verdict, right? He's the one laid a verdict down. All right. And as the Lord been our judge in the kingdom of heaven, he's the one that what? Got the verdict, got the word. He the orchestrate. He put everything in motion and into play. Go ahead. Good.
I got crime.
Go ahead.
Crime, a noun, mid-1300s, sinfulness, infraction of the laws of God. From Old French crime, crime, mortal sin.
Got it.
But shit, the word crime literally goes back to what? An infraction of the laws of God. So, hey, these people are going to be completely justified in getting destroyed when that judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai comes, because Esau is the ultimate criminal. His whole society is created on infractions against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And just like if you're a criminal and you go to jail and you get your verdict and get punished, if the whole kingdom of heaven is going to be based off the laws, statutes, and commandments, if you break the laws of God, what? You committed a crime, you're a criminal, and you're going to be judged without pity, without mercy.
Without mercy. Give me Sirach 10 and 14. Asylum.
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 14. Yahweh hath cast down the thrones of the proud princes and set up the meek in their stead.
Right. So the meek, as it says in Matthew, but I believe that's 10. All right. The meek shall inherit the earth. And the inheritance come with a judgment. All right. The being set up and the thrones or the set thrones of David. The meek is going to be in their stead. All right. The Lord had thrown down the proud princes, right? Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked right now, right? And set up the meek in their stead, man. All right. It says, blessed is the meek, for theirs is the kingdom. All right. So with that inheritance, gonna come that judgment. All right. That is almost nothing greater in the kingdom of heaven than that judgment, man. Because judgment circumvents everything else, man. Okay. Go ahead.
If I could say, before a judge becomes a judge, what is he? A lawyer.
Yeah,
He's a lawyer before he becomes a judge.
Yep.
And in 1 Corinthians, what does it say? I've made the base things to confound the wise, the lowly to bring to naught the things that are. And what? The meek, if you're meek, you're lowly. So right now we're lawyers, bringing that verdict, those judgments against the wicked. And then what? In the kingdom, we're going to upgrade to actually being the judges, instituting out the judgments and the verdicts.
Right. Right now, like he say, we be a kingdom of priests and to kings, man. Come on, man. This is ordered right. All right. It's all ordered already. It's set up, every man in his own order. All right. Every man in his own establishment of judgment, especially those thrones, those 12 thrones. Give me Matthew 19 and 28. Baba Kasham will bring this out. This Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 7. All right. And this, before we get on the throne, we have to exercise ourselves in this. It says, wherefore I prayed and understanding was given me. I called upon our power and the spirit of wisdom came to me. So in order to be on the judgment, a rule of set thrones, wisdom have to be embedded inside of us, man. With knowledge and we can't get up there guessing or trying to guess a right. Hardly do we guess a right in the kingdom now. But in the kingdom of heaven, there ain't gonna be no guessing at nothing. We're gonna have all the answers by the way of wisdom. Okay. It says, I preferred her Like, now, this is wisdom of Solomon. I preferred her before sceptres and thrones. So before you get on the thrones and sceptre, you got to prefer wisdom over it, man, right? To be wise. It says, did you ever read the Sirach 10:1? Bring it back out. Bring it back out. Bible gun shot. It says, I preferred her before sceptres and thrones. All right. So wisdom, all right, being embedded in us comes out, okay, before we rule. You got to have wisdom. Go ahead, brother.
A wise Sirach 10:1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
The government of a prudent man is well ordered, but it says a wise judge, right? So Solomon preferred her, which is wisdom, before sceptres and thrones. So even before we get the sceptre, all right, or the sceptre, and get the throne, okay, and esteem riches nothing in comparison of her. All right, wisdom rules the throne. It overshadows the throne, man. All right, why you think the Lord had he had men coming instruct the king. He had
counselors.
He had counselors and different men, because that wisdom had to be what? Utilized on the throne. It couldn't be the thoughts of the man on the throne. All right. You had different men. What are the men? Not the seers, the men that actually go to David and give him the authority of the Lord on what it is, what to do or what not to do. Like Nathan,
he was
a prophet, man. Okay, Salaki. But yeah, that was it in that. Go ahead, give me that.
Just to back up, that this is Wisdom of Solomon 6, verse 21. If your delight be then in thrones.
I'm gonna read 10.
Okay.
I loved her above health and beauty. We still on wisdom, and chose to have her instead of light, for the light that cometh from her never goeth out. So this is a different type of light. That light of judgment is sitting in the kingdom of the heaven, in the heaven and the kingdom of the Lord, ready for that to be shined on us. But we got to get to the kingdom. The kingdom got to come down and shine out of heaven for us to be those lights into the world again, right? Because a light on the hill can never be put out, and we're going to be over these hills and these governments, man, okay, which represents the nations and the people, man. Okay, go ahead, brother.
This is you reread that the beginning, the first one you brought out in that 7.
Yep.
Can you reread it, Baba Kashah?
Oh, which one?
Yeah, the very first one you brought out was in the Psalms.
Oh, it says, I prefer, before I prayed and understanding was given to me, I prefer her before sceptres and thrones.
Kind of.
Right, that's 8. I preferred her, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 8, before sceptres and thrones, and esteem riches nothing in comparison of her.
And how does a king keep his kingdom? Through wisdom.
Yeah.
So you need to be a wise king to be able to keep your kingdom. This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore.
That's it.
Because through that wisdom and your prudence, your government is well ordered. You know how to make sure your subjects are good, the environment's good, your house is in order. But if you're, what is it saying? Ecclesiastes, woe to you if your king's a child.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an unwise king, you're just given to pleasures and your own sensuousness, and you don't give a shit about the kingdom. All you're worried about is the money coming in and how fast you can spend it. That's going to lead to rebellions, a breakdown, and the overthrow of your house.
Yeah, the wisdom of this world is sensual, it's devilish, right? That's why we're going to have a kingly wisdom, okay, which is from above. It's peaceable. It deals with equity, fairness. It's going to be fairness in judging. If you do something that's subject unto death, you getting put to death. If not, you get another judgment, right?
Hey, that's when
that's it. That's just it. Go ahead.
Why it says, even though they're heathens and they're beneath us, that's why it says in Proverbs 29 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, because they know they're going to get a correct judgment. They know there's going to be no bribes, no false judgments, no respecters of person. Even though they're going to get punished, they're going to know, look, okay, they're going by the law. There's no foul play here. I got exactly what I deserved. There's going to be correct, restitution, judgments, and everything. So the people are going to rejoice. Unlike this society, to where it's literally called the criminal justice system, because it's justice for criminals.
Yep. That's just actually what it is. It says when the righteous is in authority, what? The people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right. The people that's ruling here, they're ruling over the people as a roaring lion, as it says in Proverbs, man. Okay. And it's gonna be fair judgment. We gonna deal fairly. But guess what? Debt is also included in fairness and equity. So you're gonna get put to death.
And you're gonna get righteous. Everybody that's gonna get put to death in the kingdom is like, okay, I deserve it.
I deserve it.
It's not gonna be like, oh, I wasn't at the scene of the crime, but they pinned it on me. Now I'm on death row. There's never be none of that.
That's right, bro. Give me Revelation 20:4, and that's pretty much it. You know, the point made. All right, and that's Psalms 122:5. You get the Psalms 122:5.
You want that one first?
Yeah.
This is Psalms 122:5.
Because we have been mentioning it. Go ahead.
For there are set.
You can break it down. Go ahead.
For there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. And we know the house of David is 144,000. And like we brought out earlier in Zechariah, and the house of David shall be as God. So those thrones are going to be perfect thrones set for perfect judges after the complete ways of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hence, righteous, uncompromising, correct judgment is going to go out. There's going to be no partiality, no foul play or anything like that. Everything is going to finally be in perfect order with the perfect judges in their perfect positions.
That's right.
You want the
I'll bring this out and then we'll end it on that. It says Isaiah 32. You see what it said? It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. Now we be joint heirs of the Prince of Peace. That makes us what? Princes.
The King of Kings.
The King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
The great counselor.
The great counselor. All right. Which a king have great counselors, because we're going to have righteous men counseling with us. And then on top of that, the heavens not going to be brass to us no more. We're going to have Yahweh. We're going to have a direct connect, man. All right. It may be something be too hard for us to judge, which when you think about it in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have those answers. But the Lord even went to that extent to let you know the heaven's going to be completely open back to us. All right. That line of communication with Yahweh Shai going to be at our hand.
There's going to be something new to learn for eternity.
Of course.
That's the power we're dealing with.
Like you said, the hardest thing to judge is what we going to wear and eat and different things like that, man. God. All right. It ain't going to be judging the people. Right, because the law is in place for that. That's gonna be an easy work. All right, because nothing they gonna do gonna be over the law or above the law. Everything gonna be within the realms of the law. So we gonna look at the law, look at the judgment, and judge it. You see, it says, "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment." So who are those princes? Like you said, the house of David, which the princes that's gonna rule is gonna come out of the tabernacle of David. All right, it ain't say every house. It's got to be what? Those set thrones of David, as you read in Psalms 122. It's set thrones in judgment. Those princes going to rule in that judgment. I get that? We'll get out of here with that.
This is Revelation 20:4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
You got it.
And I saw thrones, those thrones of David set up, and they that sat upon them, judgment was given unto them. Going to that Matthew 19:28, y'all shall sit on 12 thrones.
We gotta bring that out. We're in it with that because you never brought it out.
Judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's I wanted to
judging the world. Man, judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them which were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
That full day. And this is why the reason these men gonna be judges. Because the men, they stood stiffly for the Lord. They stood up against evil.
They judged the matter correctly.
Right.
To not bow the knee.
Not bow the knee to bow. A righteous judge, okay, he's gonna stand for righteousness. He's gonna go to the pit for righteousness, man.
And then take that bribe. Like a judge on this side can take a bribe.
They'll take a bribe, they'll take money, anything, right? But what they're doing, they're selling their integrity out. A judge have integrity, man. All right, that's why you're not gonna screw nobody over. He ain't gonna do no perverseness in judgment. It shall be no perverseness in judgment. That's in the law, man. We can't deal perversely, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Matthew 19:28. And Yahushua said, I'm gonna read 27. Then answered Peter, which we know Peter David, and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And that's a righteous judgment.
That's a righteous
judgment. To forsake the flesh and to forsake the temporal, the temporary carnal things of this life, to get that those eternal things. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
And they don't got 24 thrones. They don't got 87 thrones, man. It speak about 12 set thrones, man. You know, overall, now you be a king in your stead. We don't be over righteous. You know, I believe it ain't gonna just be 12 thrones, but it's a set. The goal is that it's set judgment of one of these thrones. All right, because you got to think about it. There's 144,000 men. In all likelihood, they'll be kings. You know, it's 12,000 out of each tribe. They'll be kings. So they're going to be set up in their judgment. So we're talking about set judgment in their provinces or wherever they're located at. All right. You look at it as 12.
Everybody after their own order.
Everybody after their own order. So is it exactly 12 thrones? No, let's not think, crazy here. All right. If you're a king, then that's your throne.
I mean,
the kingdom. Go ahead.
Hey, the 12 apostles, they're gonna have higher thrones.
Yes,
and that's what that's talking about. But then in that Psalms 22, it didn't say 12 thrones; it said thrones of the house of David. So multiple thrones.
Multiple thrones.
All the 144,000 are gonna have thrones, but again, everybody in their order. They're gonna be higher kings and judges and other high other judges.
That's gonna be the standard, though. And see, there's a standard for occupying the thrones, and he even give it to you in order. Right, the 12 disciples, or those men coming back, and they set up, however they set up, and then the kings, we're gonna be under them, which is gonna be an order. Or however the Lord got the spirit set up, But those kings that's under them gonna also be righteous. And there's 12 on it right now.
And it was at 47.
Yeah. You see? But all is well, and Abarakazada, you brothers. I mean, shalom to you brothers that came on the comment board. But it's all about judgment, baby. Set judgment and righteousness and rulership. And we ready to rock that judgment out. All right, and be righteous rulers until Yahweh Shai, if it be so. So let righteousness rain down as a mighty stream and judgment as waters, as it says in what? Amos, man. 5:24. So that's the whole goal of everything, man. So Abarakazah, Lord willing, this video was edifying, to the elect. Then to those that cleave to the body. So with that, we'll give infinite honors and prayers to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
The honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim that's pushing the truth and sincerity. To the next time, we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.